Remember, we are 970 WDAY-AM.
Hey, welcome back to Hot Laps here on 970 WDAY. Coming up in the next couple of days here, that'll be the start in earnest, if you will, for the 2012 season for the Red River Kart Club. And with us right now is Nick Skalicky. We got Scott Saley with her and a couple of the drivers that we have from Scott's lineage, if you will, that sitting in the track here talking about what's going to happen with the Red River Kart Club. And we'll start, first of all, with Nick. Nick, first of all, thanks for coming in. I appreciate you taking some time here. And are you looking forward to this year?
Oh, yeah, this is, we started 2 years ago, so this will be our third year. And this is, in my words, this is going to be our breakout year. There's a lot of big things that's going to be happening that people will see. The pits are going to get doubled in size. The projection right now is 40 to 45 carts.
Wow.
2 years ago, we started with 12. So, I mean, this is, everything is going in the right direction right now.
And it's kind of nice to have a racing organization like this that's actually growing and continues to grow in great fashion. And what is the secret for that? Is it affordable? Is it the fun? Or is it a whole lot of things?
Well, it's a little bit of everything. There was another guy that ran it before. We kind of took it over. The biggest thing is we're making it affordable. Number two is we're a club. There's nobody getting rich off of this deal. All the money that the club takes in, we turn around and spend. We're making improvements all the time. And I'm making it affordable the best I can. The biggest thing I did is we went and found a Dunlop tire and basically signed a secret contract with the guy, and we're getting tires for about half price.
Oh, really?
And that's a huge deal.
Well, yeah, because tires with any form of racing are pretty expensive, along with everything else. Can a person just walk in and find out what's going on with the Red River Kart Club? You know, how to get a cart, you know, all the nuts and bolts, if you will?
Yeah, absolutely. They this come on a scheduled race night. We're actually going to have an adult cart that we raced in Valley City that I own with another guy, and we were there on the practice day with it. So I have a cart that some adults can try it. It's got a bigger seat in it. I'm not a real small guy, so and there's multiple carts, you know, and there's certain people in the club will let your kid or daughter try it, just see how they like it, or just watching in general is a huge thing and see how everything is ran.
What's the first impression you get from people who walk up there for the first time to see how legitimate this racing actually is?
Well, they're really impressed on how organized it's ran, and I got a great group of people that help, just from unlocking the gate until we go home. It's not just me, it's just numerous people. They can't believe how fast they go. There's a huge correlation with Thunder Road compared to what we do, and it's not even the same thing.
Yeah, because like Thunder Road is kind of a little bit of a road course.
Yeah.
But what you have is a 1/10 mile paved oval, which is quite interesting to say the least. Now, we got Scott Saylor here with us, too. And, Scott, you've been with this organization since day one, too. And you've seen the young people progress as they go along. What's the first thing they learn real quick when it comes to the racing?
Well, the first thing that they learn real quick is the speed. It's fast, and then they have to figure out how to get into the pits safely.
Yeah.
That seems to be kind of an issue sometimes at first, just knowing the flags, what they mean, when to slow down. It's the fundamentals is what you learn right off the bat, and learn how to stay cool when you're out there. Don't overdrive. I mean, every lap is an experience for them.
Now we're talking with Nick Skalicky and Scott Saylor. We'll be talking to some of the drivers that'll be starting up. One has been doing it for a couple of years. One's going to be starting for the first time. When it comes to safety, I'm sure both of you guys will have to agree it's paramount for both of you. Scott, tell me what drivers need, if you will, or people that are participating.
Well, one thing you need is some sort of an abrasive-proof outfit. Because if these things don't have seat belts, and it's meant to be that way so that you get thrown away from the cart if something were to happen. So you need to protect your body. So if you get scraped, you're good there. Another thing is a chest protector, and that's in case you have a heavy impact and you go forward and hit the steering wheel. You got to have a chest protector, and a rib protector is also a good thing to have. and of course a helmet, a good helmet.
Now, is there a specific helmet that they need, or I mean, they can't just get out the grandpa's, or mom and dad's old Star Spangled Bannered open face helmet. It's got to be quite efficient in safety for you guys.
Yeah, it's a Snell rated helmet, 2005 or newer, because I think is it 10 or I think it's 10 years. 10 years.
I'm not sure.
10 years, and you're supposed to get a new one.
Okay,
they put a date in them. So.
And do they have neck rolls too for some of the drivers? Too?
Yep, those are required. Also, they also do make a Hans device for karting now, and there is a couple people that do have them too. But they're not mandatory. So, but some people do have them.
Now, with the drivers that you have now and probably in the future, are they looking at moving up down the line, maybe going to a bomber, maybe even going to a late model? Who knows, sprint car? The sky's the limit for some of these drivers. You hear their aspirations, what they got planned?
Oh, I can see, if I had to guess right now, I can see at least 6 of them moving to something else in the future. They're like Riley's group, they're still 3-4 years away from that next step, but it's going to be pretty exciting to see some of these kids move up. And there has been some kids that were in karting that are racing bigger cars now, so it's pretty neat to watch that.
And I'm not going to drop names here, but one in particular is driving out east right now, and that's Natalie Sather that used to run go-karts out there, and she's running with the NASCAR lower level series, but she's out there. You got a whole bunch of other ones. And then going back to, I know we got to do news here shortly, but one thing that you had over the winter, you had some races in Valley City, and then you had some of the guys that actually know what they're doing behind the wheel, get behind the wheel of a go-kart to have some fun. We're talking national champion Travis Sauer, Rich Pavlicek, and all these guys. That's got to be a hoot for those guys to get involved with this go-kart deal.
Yeah, and it was pretty funny to watch their face when they come in. They were kind of wowed, from going from what they do to getting in this thing, and they enjoyed it,
Sure. So we'll talk more about that in just a bit. We'll also talk about the 2012 schedule and a whole lot more, but we're going to take another break, and we'll take a look at what's going on in news in just a matter of moments. This is Hot Laps on 970 WDAY.
The Red River. When weather hits, this is where people go. 970 WDAY and WDAY.com.
And welcome back to Hot Laps here on 970 WDAY. We're talking with Nick Skalicky and, of course, Scott Saylor from the Red River Kart Club. And let's talk about the 2012 series so far this year. You started up on the 19th, kind of more or less a test and tune, kind of getting things grooving in, whatever. But you're going to get started in earnest here on the 4th, right?
Yep. Monday night we're starting. Gates open at 5:30, hot laps 6:30, and race at 7.
Now, Scott, when it comes to the teching, are they, what exactly is involved with the engine? Is it, I'm thinking in the old days you throw a piece of board on the ground, put some wheels on it, and take your dad's lawnmower and tell him that something happened to it, and then you make a go-kart out of it. They're a little more sophisticated than that, to a sense.
Yeah, they are definitely more sophisticated, and each class is different. Each motor can be different.
Well, tell if you can briefly do it. Tell us all the different little groups.
The different groups. Nick might be able to explain a little bit more on the technicalities of it, but basically there's 2 engines right now. One's a flathead and one is an animal. The animal is the new generation of Briggs and Stratton that is supposed to be more efficient, environmentally friendly. And so depending on the class, of course, the lower the class that you are, you're going to have more restrictions. And that means kind of a restrictor plate like they have in NASCAR. And there's different kinds of restrictors that you put in depending on the class. So that's just restricting the fuel and getting in there.
And it's just a cylinder engine, right? Just one cylinder?
Yep.
Okay, There's nothing bigger than that right now.
Nope.
That you guys work with.
No.
Okay, we're going to start on the 4th of June. You got a whole group of Mondays that you have planned, and you're looking at about 45-plus cars. You're pretty excited to get this thing going again.
Oh, yeah. We did the Valley City deal, and that went over really well. That was a good filler for some of the kids, and this is going to be it's going to be a crazy summer, but we're excited because we've kind of grown in steps, so we know what to expect, and if we end up with 60, that'd be a bonus, and we'll handle it.
And, of course, with all the help that you get from sponsors that help out, you got to give them a big old kudos, because without the sponsorship to keep the maintenance going on, to keep kids going in this thing, you want to give them a good old love to the sponsors that you have.
Some of the bigger ones are Performance Auto, and Jake's been with us from day one.
And you can get all the stuff you need from them.
Yep,
right?
and now he started stocking parts here this winter, so which is a huge load off of me, where a lot of people were calling me to get parts, and I just don't have time to do that. So now he kind of took that over. Snap-on Tools, he's been with us from day one. Interstate Batteries on 45th, he's been with us since we started. 7th Avenue Auto Salvage, Peterman Seeds, Nodak come on board here last year, gave us a fridge for our concession stand. Graphic Creations, Randall's Excavating, he's been a huge backer. We put drain tile in the middle, and then yesterday, next week the pits are going to get doubled in size, so he prepped all that ground for us yesterday, so that's ready to go. Brasseth Construction's been another huge one. He built our concession stand for us, because that's what he does. So that was a huge deal. So yeah, without them, yeah, absolutely, this wouldn't be happening. So
well, and you know, with their help too, is this year we've been able to make the grandstands free to get in. Okay. And so that's like Nick said earlier, that as a club we try to make things affordable, and that even means with the family coming in to watch, they can sit in the stands for free. They can actually tailgate. We kind of have a little tailgate section, and of course the concession stand is a huge addition, because it's so nice to not have to haul all that stuff with you. You just go over there, and all the money that we have in the concession stand goes back into the club. So everything helps. We're trying to help everybody.
So the gates open at 5:30 for the drivers and stuff like that, and the families that help out on that. Hot laps, get warmed up at 6:30, and the races start at 7, and it starts Monday, June 4th. And I'm hoping you guys have a great turnout for that throughout the season, guys.
Yep. Thank you for having us. This is pretty nice.
And if you want more information about it, go to redriverkartclub.com. You'll find out more information, right?
Yep, you can follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
Alrighty, sounds good. Hey, thanks a lot, guys. And that, of course, is Scott and Nick from the Red River Kart Club. We'll be talking throughout the season of what's going on with them throughout the year. And, of course, if you want T-shirts, give them a holler, because they got some pretty funky-looking T-shirts. They look pretty cool. I think they even got my size in here. By golly, I might have to get one. Alrighty, coming up in just a matter of moments, we're going to take another quick break here. But when we return, we're going to give you some more tidbits from Donnie Schatz. We'll be running in the Prelude, and we'll get some comments about the outlaw racing career he's got going on right now, and some other tidbits that he had, including some run-ins with the NHRA guys. We'll talk more about that in just a bit.
When news happens, you get it here, fast and accurate. 970 WDAY and WDAY.com.